Okay.
Marie Moore's old briefcase contains reminders of how the life she was building with her husband, Robert Moore, ended in heroism and ultimately tragedy.
What would we be doing if he was alive? What would our future have been when he retired? What would we have done?
By the time he turned 40, Robert Moore had fathered 4 children, served his country and his community.
He was remarkable on service from day one. He joined the military at 17.
During a 20-year military career, Moore served in the Army, Air Force, and Navy. He spent a year as a POW in Korea, survived a knife wound in Vietnam.
He kept on going. It was like kind of washed off his back and let's go do some more.
And that's what he did. By 1973, Moore had retired from the military and was sworn in as a Seminole County deputy assigned to corrections. June 9th, 1975. Just after lunch, a teenaged inmate at the old Seminole County jail set fire to a stack of chemically treated mattresses. In the suffocating smoke that resulted, Bob Moore scrambled to locate keys, open cells, and rescue inmates. Despite the intense smoke and flames, inmates who survived described how Bob Moore went back in the smoke-filled jail again and again, rescuing people, even after his small oxygen supply was depleted. During his 3rd trip, Bob Moore collapsed on the jailhouse floor, dying of smoke inhalation. At the time, it had been more than 50 years since SCSO had lost a deputy in the line of duty.
Sometimes it's tongue-in-cheek or cliche that we run towards situations that other people run away from. But quite literally, that's what he did. Not once, but several times, with little thought or consideration for his personal safety.
11 people died in the fire, including Moore, the teen who set it, and 9 other inmates.
It's like, wow.
Lori Moore was very young, but remembers getting the news her dad would never be coming home. She still struggles with that loss and with cerebral palsy.
I just wanted people to know that he was a hero, and everybody should be proud of him, what he did.
My son took it very hard. Of course, he was the oldest. He was 12, so he knew what was going on.
As a military wife, Marie had grown accustomed to running her home alone for long stretches. But this was entirely different.
I never remarried, and there's days where it's like you're lonely.
His legacy is as alive today as it was back then. And, you know, this is why we've named an award in his honor.
One recent recipient of the Robert Moore Heroism Award, Detention Deputy Angela Hunsinger, helped save an inmate suffering life-threatening seizures.
It was great. It actually gives you goosebumps thinking that you got something so it's precious to me.
So are Marie's memories, Robert's Award for Heroism, the letter from President Gerald Ford, even his coffee cup commemorating his years in the military.
He was an extremely quiet man, but determined.
Marie says her husband would have kept going into that smoke-filled jail until everyone was saved, if only he'd had the chance. A lifetime public servant's heroism shining through all that smoke, regardless of the risk.
He'd have absolutely no regrets. He'd step in front of a bullet if he had to.